Recently, I learned about salami slicing tactics. Have you heard about it before? I hadn't, so I didn't know what the salami slicing tactics were until I heard about it on a podcast. So, this is how it works. If you try to steal a sausage, a salami, and you take the whole sausage away all at once, the owner of the sausage will immediately notice their sausage is being stolen. But if you steal just a little slice, bit by bit, you might get away with stealing a lot of sausage because it won't immediately be noticeable that that's what you're doing. Now, salami slicing tactics depend on ambiguity. And because losing a tiny slice of a sausage is ambiguous, we might not notice it, or we might let it go, thinking we're imagining it, or it's just too much trouble to do something about it. And then by the time it's clear a line has been crossed, it's a bit too late. We've already lost the sausage, or it's actually much more of a hassle to do something about it. So, the podcast I was listening to was talking about how salami slicing tactics are used by dictators to erode democracy. And as I was listening to the podcast, it got me thinking about how salami slicing tactics are also used by perpetrators of sexual harassment. A harasser will usually start off by testing the boundaries in small little steps. In my experience, for example, an editor who was harassing me started by repeatedly asking me to sit by his side while he edited my copy, even when it was not necessary. Now, on its own, that was ambiguous enough that I couldn't call it out as harassment. Before long, however, that progressed into his calling me at home after work to get me to have dinner with him. Now, that's the thing about harassment. It's usually several little steps that gradually violate our boundaries and diminish us as women until we feel incapable of stopping the harassment. The good news is it doesn't have to be like that. As women, we can learn how to notice salami slicing tactics when they are being used on us. And we can also be inspired by other women about what to do about it. And that's what the Making It Safe workshop is all about. Its design was inspired by women, and it was designed for women to inspire strategies against sexual harassment. If you would like to feel inspired to capability instead of inspired by shame when sexual harassment happens, come join me in this workshop. And if you have questions or your own stories to share, I'd love to hear from you.